Good morning, students. I am Soumya Sethu, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Sahridaya College of Advanced Studies, Autonomous. In the heart of ancient India, where architecture met art and science, a remarkable text was penned, Varahamihira's Brihat Samhita. This 6th century encyclopedia is a treasure trove of knowledge that covers everything from planetary motion to the secrets of building construction, pigments and alloys. In this video, we will take a deep dive into the chemistry behind these ancient formulas and uncover the secrets of Vajralebha and Gandha Yukti. So let's start with this module, Module 4, Theoretical Frameworks for the Practice of Science in Ancient India. Introduction. Ancient India had advanced scientific knowledge. Science was integrated with philosophy, mathematics and daily life. Chemistry played a major role in medicine, metallurgy, colors and materials. Texts like Brihat Samhita provide evidence of scientific thinking. Ancient Indian chemistry developed through texts like Susruta Samhita, Brihat Samhita and Rasarnava. Scientific knowledge was applied in medicine, metallurgy, dyes, perfumes and other materials. Measurement systems evolved with trade and economic development in ancient society. Brihat Samhita and Ancient Chemistry. Brihat Samhita was written by Varahamihira, who was a mathematician, architecture and chemist. Encyclopedic text covering astronomy, architecture, materials, chemistry, etc. is the Brihat Samhita. It contains practical knowledge of chemical process. Here in this text, it refers to moderns like iron and sulfate and alum for fixing of dyes on textile fabrics. It also alludes to cosmetics, hair dyes, perfumes, etc. So this is about Varahamihira's Brihat Samhita, and it also mentions about Vajralebha, Vajrasamgada, that is ancient material science. Vajralebha means a hard durable coating material. Vajralebha, it means rock cement. Cement were classified into two types, that is first one is rock cement and the second one is metal cement. So this rock cement is known as Vajralebha and metal cement is known as Vajrasamgada. So students, you have to note the point, Vajralebha is rock cement and Vajrasamgada means metal cement. And these various cement preparations were mentioned in Brihat Samhita. And these Vajralebha and Vajrasamgada, they were used for strengthening walls, temples and monuments. The walls and roofs of these temples and the monuments were coated with this Vajralebha and Vajrasamgada. Also this text mentions about some secret ingredients for preparing this Vajralebha and Vajrasamgada. And these ingredients include lime, seashells, seashell coverings, then gugulu and jaggery. All these materials, ingredients were mentioned in that Brihat Samhita. Actually, the function of this jaggery, it acts as a plasticizer or it acts as an adhesive material. So, these secret ingredients of those times were mentioned in Brihat Samhita. So, here I have to note the point Vajralebha and Vajrasamgada. Next is Gandha Yukti. Gandha Yukti or otherwise known as Gandha Yukti, that is science of perfumes. And what is Gandha? You all know about the meaning of Gandha. Gandha means fragrance or scent, and Yukti means, it means strategy or method or alchemy. So Gandha Yukti means science of fragrance, science of perfumes. So you hope you understand about Gandha Yukti. So in this Gandha Yukti, there is techniques for preparing fragrances. So it is an ancient Indian art and it is an ancient Indian science of making perfumes. It encompasses the creation, blending and application of fragrances using natural ingredients like flowers, leaves, spices. So using all these ingredients at that time, scents or perfumes were prepared. So in this Gandha Yukti, these secret ingredients are mentioned. So in this Gandha Yukti, there is also mentioned about in this technique, there is also, it involves the complex techniques such as distillation, infusion and maceration. And all these techniques, this Gandha Yukti techniques are mentioned in Brihat Samhita and texts like Kama Sutra. So, hope you have understood about Gandha Yukti. It is a technique or it is a science for preparing perfumes, and these techniques involves processes like distillation, infusion and maceration. And the secret of Gandha Yukti or the process of Gandha Yukti is mentioned in Kama Sutra and Brihat Samhita. So all these things shows early knowledge of organic chemistry and the techniques in organic chemistry such as distillation. So at that time the substances used were natural substances like herbs, flowers and minerals. Next is about the chemistry of colors in ancient India. Ancient Indians extracted natural dyes from plants, minerals and animals used in textiles, paintings, rituals and architecture. Examples are indigo. Indigo is extracted from plants. You all know about it. Turmeric yellow in color, vermilion red, and for that mercuric sulfide is used. Carbon black soot. Knowledge of pigment stability and binding materials. From these things we can understand about they have knowledge about the pigment stability and binding material. So Brihat Samhita mentions natural dyes from plants and minerals such as indigo, turmeric, lac and orpiment. Moderns like iron and iron sulfate, alum and iron sulfate were used to fix dyes on textiles. Hair dyes were prepared using plant extracts and iron based mixtures. So use of cosmetics and scented substances shows advanced chemical knowledge. At that time people have advanced chemical knowledge. That's why this perfume, scented cosmetics, all those things existed. Next is about Susruta Samhita. So the Susruta Samhita, it explains the preparation and use of alkalis at that time. So there is mention about the preparation and the use of alkalis. And this use and preparation of the alkalis, they play an important role in Indian medicinal chemistry. It is said that alkalis were used to clean the surgical instruments. Mainly before using these surgical instruments to cut the various body parts, these surgical instruments were used to dip in alkalis. So this alkalis, they thought that alkalis remove these germs and so on. So plates of iron, silver and copper on mixing with medicine, before mixing with medicine, these plates of gold, copper and iron, they were dipped in alkalis. And the Susruta classified alkalis into three types. They are Mridu, Tikshna and Madhyama. Alkalis were divided into Mridu, Tikshna and Madhyama. So he mentions in Susruta Samhita about the preparation and the specialties of these alkalis. Some of these alkalis were used for external application and some were used for internal administration. And for external application, they use for skin diseases like kushta, piles, tumors, etc. And internally for treating abdominal tumors, urinary depositions, intestinal worms, and for these treatments they used for it as an internal administration. And according to him, sharp saline taste of alkalis were reduced on mixing with acids. So there is they know about the chemistry of neutralization. So different metals like bronze, iron, gold, silver, lead, copper, tin and different salts like rock salt, sea salt, etc. were enumerated, mentioned in the Susruta Samhita. And roasting of iron and other metals so as to render them fit for internal administration has been described in the Susruta Samhita. So the thin metals, the thin leaves of these metals like gold, silver and iron, copper also. We make thin leaves of these metals, and these thin leaves of these metals were plastered with a paste of salts, and afterwards they are subjected to roasting, and as a result these metals were converted into their oxides and salts, oxychlorides, etc. So this can be considered as a crude preparation for the crude process for the preparation of metallic salts. Okay. Next is about scientific approach in ancient India. Observation and experimentation were important. Knowledge applied in real life. Integration of science with culture and philosophy can be seen. Foundation for modern scientific concepts came from these ancient practices. So throughout this video we can understood that today's chemical processes like purification, distillation, then incineration, infusion, maceration, and there was a deep knowledge of organic chemistry techniques. So all this are mentioned in these types of text. So our conclusion is that ancient India has a strong theoretical, practical scientific framework. Chemistry was highly developed at that time. Chemistry of materials, colors, perfumes and measurements were all practiced at that time, and they were well aware of all these techniques. So texts like Brihat Samhita, Susra Samhita and Kama Sutra have shows that they have advanced scientific thinking. So ancient Indian science influenced modern scientific development. That's all in this video. Thank you. Hope you all understand about this video. Once again, thank you.